And you're still positive on Arizona?
Oh, yeah. Arizona is doing just what we expect it to do, and we remain serene and pristine.
Even though those numbers did come in a little bit stronger for President Trump than you had anticipated.
The way this works, you're going to get a little here and you're going to get a little there, and you're going to see the needle move inside of a bandwidth. But this is still within the expected range. We are careful about making calls because we act with confidence when we make a call, because we're careful because there's a bandwidth. And whether it's at the high end or the low end of the bandwidth, that's why we have those protocols in place so that we make good calls and that they stand up.
You know, Fox News has hired a crisis management team to try to do something about their emergency of many of their viewers currently leaving that network to watch, mostly to watch Newsmax. And the reason why is because they are outraged over their way premature call of the election on election night, specifically Arizona. So now I know those crisis management teams, they probably are costing Fox a lot of money. So I'm going to save you guys. Money. I've got free advice. Better advice probably than what they're giving you right now. I do see some results of their crisis management team. All of a sudden I'm starting to see promos for Judge Jeanine Pirro, after they wouldn't allow her on the air last Saturday because they knew she was going to talk about election fraud. But here, my very calm advice. Now, it might not prevent the continuation of the flood of viewers away from Fox News, but you know what? I think this is going to stem the tide. Here it is. I'm just going to very calmly explain it, and it's this. Fire Chris Stirewalt! You must fire Chris Stirewalt. I will never watch Fox News again until you fire Chris Stirewalt. I mean, my God, 20 minutes in. The polls close in Arizona. It's about 20 minutes, not even half an hour in, and he calls it for Arizona. It's unbelievable. And right now, we're still counting the Arizona votes. And guess what? It's only about 12,000 votes difference. There's going to be a recount no matter what. I mean, it's going to be razor thin. And yet, Chris Stirewalt, 20 minutes in, after the polls close, he called it for Arizona. And by the way, I'm here in Florida. This was already hours after Florida already had 91% of its votes in by the time he called Arizona 20 minutes in. And it was with 91% of the votes in Florida, mostly just the Panhandle being yet to call in, and notorious Broward County had already finished. They finished early this year, Palm Beach County, Dade County. So here's the deal. So with 91% of the votes in, Trump was ahead by almost 400,000 votes, which was more than 3 times the lead he had over Hillary Clinton in 2016. He had a little over 100,000 at that time. So with almost 400,000 votes lead, Chris Stirewalt, and with only primarily the Panhandle, and we all know, everybody knows, the Panhandle is strongly pro-Trump, pro-Republican, and with 91% in, Stirewalt couldn't call it. Now, somebody asked him, he says, well, why can't you call Florida? And he came up with some excuse. He says, well, Florida, strange things happen down there, and we're just not ready to call it yet. Right, strange things. The strange thing is when Broward County, that's the big one. Up till this election, they were always late reporting. But guess what? Chris, Broward had already finished. They closed. They were done. 100% counted. And yet you couldn't call Florida. Reason why he couldn't call. Oh, and by the way, real quick, I tried to find that video. I couldn't find it. So homework assignment for all you guys out there. If you find a link to where Chris Stirewalt is giving us really stupid, lame, smug advice about Florida, please, I'm begging you, post a link down below this video. I'll feature it. I'll probably do a video just on that because I'm here in Florida. It just angers me what he did. So anyway, So Chris Stirewalt couldn't call Florida after hours, after 91% of the votes were in, when basically it was just a panhandle, which everybody knows is Republican. He couldn't call that. And the reason why, of course, he couldn't call it is because the 29 Florida votes would have shown on their board that Trump was ahead. That was the one thing that could never, ever show Trump having more electoral votes than Biden. That was taboo. So that's my advice. Oh, and by the way, here's the thing. Here's why it's real important to fire Chris Stirewalt. Last night, I vowed I wouldn't watch Fox News. So last night, it was around 10 o'clock. I said, hey, you know what? I'm Laura Ingram's a good person. I want to see what she has to say. She's starting to talk about the election problems, the fraud and everything. And just as I was about to tune in Fox News, I know I shouldn't do it, but I said, okay, it's Laura. I couldn't help it. The image, that big, smug image of Chris Stirewalt just appeared in front of me. And I said, oh, God, I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot do it. So everybody out there, if you start wavering, if you start thinking, oh, you know what, maybe this program or that program. No. Let that image of Chris Stirewalt's smug, arrogant face appear before you. And that bit about we're serene and pristine. That sounds just like something a con artist would say. We're serene and pristine about the Arizona vote. So that's your bottom line, Fox News. You want to get viewers back? The starting place is Fire Chris Stirewalt. I'll watch your clips if somebody else features them on their website or someplace, but I will never actually watch Fox News until at the very minimum. It's going to do a lot of things, several things, but at the very minimum, you have to fire Chris Stirewalt. Well, see you guys later.
Arizona is doing just what we expect it to do, and we remain serene and pristine.